Hey buddy, it's Invicta. It's time for another Tainted Random Run Day here at the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. It was so fun last week, and of course we had the run of the year, so I figured why not run it back? Let's just do it again. So surely that'd be good luck, right? Right? Yeah. Here's your meme of the day here. Artwork of the day brought to you by Grandma's Ashes for Sale. Title of the thread was I drew a Quicks Invictus logo with my art style. Hope you like it. And I really actually do love this. I especially love the color change with the highlighter and the blue ballpoint pen there. It reminds me of old school like Hot Rod, like Rob Zombie, White Zombie type vibes. They're maybe a little old school Metallica as well. So very, very awesome stuff. Kudos at Grandma's Ashes for Sale and everyone who upvoted that one. And let's see, your boys had a rough week, man. A rough week, rough weekend, and it looks like we're gonna be playing Tainted Apollyon. Okay. It's been a while since we played Tainted Apollyon. 07 Victor 9 Finks with a 1. Yeah, we got Tainted Apollyon with Abyss. You know, it's you know. I don't know what that was. I am delirious at this point from between power outages, man, and just life, man. It has been a week. Let's put it that way. It's definitely been a week. But Tainted Apollyon, you know, he ain't bad. I got no problem with Tainted Apollyon. He can be quite good. And again, here it comes. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. That's right. We need that critical mass. The critical mass, second golden key. Critical mass of Abyssal Flies is going to be key here for us, as that is going to be our primary source of damage for the foreseeable future. Now, I say the primary source because obviously our tears rate is just doo-doo. It is just bad. Having 1.82 tear delay is something not a lot of Isaac characters get to tout. But of course we can supplement that with using the Abyssal Flies and simply just consuming items and turning them into, well, Abyssal Flies. However, they have to be bad enough for us to actually do so, and Mom's Wig is not necessarily bad enough for me to convert to an Abyssal Fly, although early on it's probably debatable. I mean, maybe bad enough to. You might want to prioritize getting the Abyssal Flies because obviously you need to get the DPS up right away, and you know, maybe taking that early opportunity to get yourself some additional flies might be worthwhile. But I do think that there's a lot of good value in Mom's Wig, though. I mean, giving yourself a spider here and there is kind of cool. You know, I mean, it's nothing major, but you know, it can work. I'm gonna bomb the donation machine here so we can get our 3.5 soul heart. Fanny pack is okay. Obviously, we didn't have enough to buy it, but I'm not gonna go too ham on it. There's our final bomb there. Not that big of a deal. You gotta love how Tainted Apollyon looks, though. Like, he does look pretty metal. Gotta admit. Another thing that's a little bit of a concern about Tainted Apollyon is, of course, his lack of movement speed, even though 1.0 is pretty standard across the board for most Isaac characters. You do have to take everything into account all at once. It's an accumulated sum of all parts when you're looking at evaluating how good the start of one character is for the other. And in Tainted Apollyon's part, yes, he starts with base movement speed and base damage, but something you have to keep in mind is that it's coupled with not great tears rate. So, you know, that kind of brings down the whole rating. Just sort of praying here that the power doesn't go out, because the way that I record, if power goes out, then the entire recording is lost. So, and I know, people are like, oh, don't you have a UPC? Don't you have a generator? But yeah, I mean, I do have a surge protector unit, but I do not have a backup power supply for the computer. It would be sufficient. I do have surge protectors and that sort of thing, especially during the summertime down here. We get a lot of surges, but I am actually, since this recent power loss, I am actually in the market for getting an actual generator, like a backup generator for the house, because I not only am I over like not having air conditioning in the summertime down here, which is just straight up deadly, I am also super over not being able to work. You know, and that's something that that's kind of been a hot button issue lately for creators and bigger creators. I mean, I'm not that big. You know, we've heard you know, certain content creators retiring, other ones taking breaks, you know, feeling sort of trapped and that sort of thing. And you know, and for me personally, like I'm just like I don't feel right if I'm not working. I've always kind of felt like that way, no matter what job it was. And it's truly been not great not being able to stream or record because of the power issues and storms and stuff. So I am finally getting an actual like power generator for the house. So I'm doing that, and hopefully this stuff is going to be the thing of the past. Because man, it's been when I say it's been rough, man. Like I don't want to dump all the trauma from the weekend with the storms and the heat, and man, it's been rough, man. It really has been. The storms are only one factor. Then you got to deal with like the power outages and the heat and. I'm ready to move somewhere cold. I know this summer, this is going to be the summer now for me to finally understand and realize why so many people yeah, we'll take the card. Why so many people decide to migrate to the north. So we are finally going to get, I say finally, but we are going to get a good tiers up here, as well as the spectral tiers from Ouija board. And we could go to the store, but we don't have a key or enough for a premium item. So yeah, we'll just head on down. So I was wondering the other day, like, you know, talking about how consistent we've been here in the mosh pit for the last 9 years and counting. You know, if there's any channels, not that I really care too much about what other channels are doing, because you know, I just don't care. But I am curious to know if there's other channels that have gone on for as long as I have, doing, you know, daily uploads at the same time that I've been doing these uploads. Not at the same time, like as in like when these videos come out, but I mean doing a consistent daily upload for every day, pretty much without fail, for 9 years and counting. It'd be 9 years even, like an actual like straight up flat 9 years on July the 2nd of 2023. That will be officially 9 years straight that we've been doing Isaac videos at the noon time slot. Hard to believe, man. That's a long time. And you know, and I gotta say that, you know, I'm not gonna say that I've never felt like a little bit of burnout, but like never once have I been like, man, I just can't do this anymore. You know, like I don't want to go into another rant heavy episode, but yeah, this is the best job that I've ever had. It's the most volatile job I've ever had, for sure, and definitely the least secure job, because obviously it's given to me by the good graces of people who watch. But it is the best job I've ever had. And yeah, I would never take it for granted. Gigante Bean's okay if we end up having something that has like synergy with it, but I'm gonna go in here first and to accidentally use the reverse tower card. So one bomb gets us 2 tinted rocks there, which would be pretty good. Still waiting for that patch that makes it to where whatever we pick up doesn't switch automatically with our active passive item. Never gonna happen. One bomb gets us a lot of soul hearts. It will be nice to get a generator, assuming I can get a pretty decent price for one and not, like, you know, go broke getting them, because I heard that they can be pretty expensive. But, you know, and then like not having to be worried about, you know, losing a recording or anything like that in case the power goes out. You know, we've had a couple of near misses this year with some storms. You know, and I could I could record in a different format in MKV, which would preserve the video as well as the audio. But I do all these in one take. Like, I don't edit any of these videos, unless if there was some kind of power failure at the house where, like, you know, and I was recording in that format, then I would have to stitch the videos together. You know, I don't really want to do that. And then, of course, people will be like, oh, he's got edited runs, rah, 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 rah. You know, that song and dance goes. But, yeah, I mean, I pride myself in being able to do all of these in one take. You know, there's no give backsies. Wait, go in the curse room. Guppy's tail here, or Guppy's collar, I mean, which will be a Guppy item, of course. But like for this episode, I'm just gonna be real with you right now. I don't really want to push the envelope with the power being how it is right now, just so shaky. So it won't be an extended run today. I'm just being straight up with you. That, and I'm very tired from the long, exhaustive weekend, which is inconsistent with us not having any power for a long time. So, but you know, that's, I mean, a Tainted Apollyon run is pretty straightforward. Like, we've got four Abyssal Flies right now. It's unfortunate that the bomb with 2 Tinted Rocks only yielded us 1 Soul Heart, which we then went into the curse room for. But we did get a Guppy item, so my Nemesis Red Gate, or Red Megamon, I mean. Why I dodged that way. I was looking at the rock, and I should have been looking at the shots. Totally my fault. We get another shot speed and HP upgrade. You almost did it, game. You almost did it. I am going to take both of these because I have a called is a damage and range up, which is pretty good. Why did it... I don't understand why it started us going from this direction, but then it puts us out at this door. You don't make any sense, Isaac. It almost cost us the Devil Deal there, and we've seen myself. We done seen myself walk out of Devil Deals inadvertently because the game decided to put us in the door that we didn't go in. But that's Isaac, baby. Only Isaac. Isaac is the only game I've ever played that rewards you by punishing you. You know, like, for example, like, I mean, think about it for a second. Just really think hard about how difficult it is to get a Devil Deal on any given floor, okay? I'm not talking about when you're watching me. I'm just saying in your own experiences, okay? Think about how difficult it is to just get a Devil Deal, right? You have to make sure you don't take any red heart damage for an entire floor, including a boss, okay? And you take all the other environmental crap into account, like with bomb rocks, with you know, with statues and vortexes and all sorts of things, and spikes. You know, there's so many different things that can hit you, right? And then you finally get a Devil Deal, and what's inside? Nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. There's one red chest that has spiders in it. Name any other game that does that, you know? Name a game that punishes you for doing well. That's Isaac, baby. I'm going to take my little unicorn so we can at least have a little bit more offense here. We have a key, so... That was a really tiny polyp there, or whatever that was. Flying anus monsters. Which is my favorite third Beck album. I don't know why I'm picking on Beck lately. I never really liked Beck. Not that he's like bad or anything. I was just never a huge fan of any of his songs. I mean, Where It's At, it's probably like the most prominent song that he had in my memory. I used the wrong item. Be happy about that. Yeah, we kind of need the bomb, so I guess. Okay. So we got no bombs for that, so thank you, game. Like I said, Isaac. The only game that punishes you for doing well that I can think of. We beat the boss, we took an item, and we got 2 troll bombs and a golden bomb that does not carry to the next floor with us. That is what I'm talking about. Repentance. First card, I will buy the Soul Heart. We could, in theory, go for this golden chest here. Without having to use our unicorn horn. And we got fishtail. All right. All right. Happy we got mini mush at least, and we'll just head on down, I guess. So far, this is definitely not run of the year, if I had to put it into words. But, you know, the Tainted Lilith run started like that as well. I don't know exactly what hit us there. Did we get shot by a... We must have been shot by a pooter. It's funny lately, people have been, like, taking notes of, like, cheat damage that I just don't even say anything about. Like, I don't even make a complaint about, which is, you know, rare. I always take note of when I take damage, and I try to vocalize something. You know, not in like too complainy way, but like just a way that I remember, like, okay, I need to go back and see what hit us way. That way it stays in my consciousness, my psyche. People wanted a Sissy update. Sissy is doing fine. She did not move throughout the power outages. I'm thankful for, because if she did, then we'd have a problem. There's a whole bunch of everything in here. As much as I want to abyss that HP upgrade, I'm not going to. We kind of need the currency for Devil Deals. It's got a lot smaller thanks to Binky and Mini Mush. And of course, we also have this reverse Empress card, which will allow us to take basically a free Devil Deal as well, because it gives us 2 HP. It's a little bit scary here, being this small. Easy to lose Isaac in the midst of all the rigmarole. I'm gonna take down these jumpers because I don't like the way that the Hush Flies are moving, and we need to get some damage here. I have Occult as a good start, but we need to have something a little bit more tangible for our damage. Yeah, Sissy's doing fine. She's still in her corner. She's getting bigger somehow. I'm still not sure why. And it's like I said last Sunday, or it's like I said on, what, Thursday? Once I see babies, Sissy's got to go. Sissy's got to go. And somebody even made a comment. Now that I'm remembering this, somebody even made a comment saying that they're like, why don't you just build Sissy a terrarium? Get hit there. And the answer is no. I'm not that far down the rabbit hole to actually have a pet, like, little brown spider. Like, it's not happening. People were wondering if she's a brown recluse. She's not. I don't know what type of spider she is. But I've seen brown recluses, and she is not. So people were asking what will happen, like what will I do with her if she eventually does have like hatchlings and stuff. The answer is it's like I said in that other episode. Sissy and her family will be vacated from the premises. You'll be evicted from the house. No hard feelings. I understand families got to grow and all, but yeah, harboring a family of spiders inside the house. I mean, like, I probably already have a family of spiders, like, up in the attic and stuff, I'm sure. But, like, that's still not something I'm willfully willing to do. I'm consciously going to make a decision to do. That's where I draw the line. It already is somewhat semi-psychotic for me to even think about, like, feeling bad for a spider and then, you know, making sort of a peace pact with her and then, you know, giving her roommate access. But that's going far and beyond what I'm willing to deal with. I will not be a spider papa. And no, that is not an invitation for any of you fan artists out there to be doing Sinvicta as Spider Papa. Don't even try. I do not want to see fan art of me with a bunch of spider babies. It's not happening. People are going to say, oh, yeah, but oh, here you go anyway, because you said it, you willed it, you manifested it. Okay, well then, I instead manifest awesome looking Sinvicta as a cool Naruto villain. Yeah. Who's a millionaire as well. You can tell he's a millionaire because he's got a gold sword. Yeah, let's do that. That's way better than Sinvicta's Spider Daddy or whatever I said. Spider Papa? Spider Daddy would be even worse. Let's not even say that word, the D word around the internet, and you got freaks coming out of everywhere. That's right, I called you freaks. I went there. So we did find the boss rush here, so we are going to be able to get out of boss rush for free. And if anything, we can use Abyss to give ourselves, I believe, one and only one Abyssal Fly, because I don't think it works on multiple item pedestals. I don't think. I mean, we're getting decent damage out of the Abyssal Flies right now. We just don't have that critical mass that I like to have with them. Kind of her to stamp the rocks away for us. The problem with Red Mom, and the reason why I get hit a lot on her, is because she's the only version of Mom that you have to be predictive when you dodge the foot. The other moms, you have to be reactive. We can still go fight Lamb. I'm not going to do a victory lap. I've already talked about that. I don't have time for you, Krampus. We got to go. Nicole is fantastic. There's 2 black swords. Okay. Yeah, these are all not great. I mean, Seraphim's okay, but yeah, we only got one. We only got one Abyssal Fly as predicted. Mate, nah, mate. Nah, mate. Nah. Ah, boys. No. Need to watch more Mike Nolan. We'll take a damage upgrade because that is one of the things that we desperately need. Still looking for the item shop. Wince was a very good pickup for us. Obviously, it gives us a little bit extra supplementary DPS. Yeah, I guess we'll take Soul of Azazel. We can use it for boss blasting. For a second Guppy item, not going to happen in there. And last place went to look is the last place we're trying to find. To be clear, this is definitely not a lamb killing build at all. We do not have that caliber of damage currently. Ooh. I will take Blue Candida. For gift. Coupon. Okay. Plopia. Okay. Black Candle and starter deck. Wow. Okay. We get another Black Candle here. Not that it matters, but gives us another soul heart. Probably a little bit of a waste to actually take that. Now we're going to go all the way over to the secret room and use both of these mystery gifts. most obnoxious place that we could have ever possibly hoped for the secret room. Spirit shackles. This is the game. This is the game hearing me being like, haha, you want to go have a very quick run? Well, how about this move? You've activated my trap card. Haha. Starting to sound more and more like Waluigi, and I don't even do a good Waluigi. I don't do a good impression of anything. My hand kill is still okay. I'll tell you what. Yep. Mr. Gift, everybody. Repentance. Okay, and then we're going to take blue candle. We're not going to take the coupon. Blue candle will be a nice little source of extra little DPS here. As we go check what's inside the vault, and it's going to be a greed fight. I don't know why there was no music for the greed fight, but there we are. Lots and lots of money. Lots of money. I think there was still some rerolls left, wasn't there? Gotta go check this out. See, the game's trying to get me to stick around. No, there was not. The game's trying to get me to stick around, so the power goes out and makes a fool out of me. I'm gonna still stick with the Soul of Azazel. I will take the Stars card though, because that does have a chance of teleporting us close to the boss room. And we are finally ready. We're finally ready. Finally ready to head on down to the next Flizzor. All right, so most likely what I'll do is I'll use the Stars card when we get to Shoal, or I'll wait until we get to the Dark Chest. I want to check out the mob trap room real fast. Pretty much have to do this with blue candle. It's less of a risk, obviously, because you know we've got the damage, and we have started to add on a pretty respectable size swarm of abyssal flies. Even though it's not critical mass, it's still okay. We're getting the volleys down. That's what you want for Tainted Apollyon. So we're going to hold on to the Soul of Azazel so we can use that on Lamb. We'll collapse there with the needles. That was just indecision right there. I saw one, and then I realized that it was the other green champion that was going to split anyway, and then we just kind of backed ourselves into a corner. Okay. All right. Now that we've gone everywhere where we don't want to be, let's go to the side that actually has the boss. Aha, you can't do that, can you? Now, if we had more guppy items, obviously I'd be going into the cursed room here, but we only have one, and it's not really worth 2 soul hearts in my opinion. Remember the whole thing about me talking about how, like, you know, Isaac is a game that does not like to reward you for doing good, doing well? Yeah, that would be one of those things. You would think in other games, like, hey, I probably should have used Abyss there. Be like, hey, look at this here guy. He gave 2 hearts. Let's give him something for that hard-fought sacrificial sacrifice of paying 2 valuable hearts to get into our door. Here you go, young traveler. May this staff of +3 power find you well. Or something. Donation machine would be cool. Never mind. I forgot that we already blew it up. Could blow up the Rotten Beggar for... I mean, because, like... I mean, come on. 75% chance. What hotel resort do you think this is? You know, 5-star, we just get what we want resort. This is a like 3-star at best. Even at 92.5%. That's not 100%. I'm just being real. You could use the hangman to get into this curse room for half price, which I am willing to do. And boy howdy, let me tell you something, brother. Roll card. Oh, just use it now. I still have hope in my stars card here. I've seen where this goes, although... Alright. Even at 97.5%, do you really feel good about me in this devil deal? Do you think it's a guarantee? I don't know. You have 3 rooms for the boss to put your vote. Cast your vote now in the comments. Do you think Sinvicta will pass this 97.5% devil deal chance? Post now. You can win fabulous prizes like nothing and nothing. Vote now. Heck. Better see him in the comments. Don't lie now. Don't you lie. Don't you do it. I want to see how many people out there are remaining faithful to the idea that somehow, some way, we are going to pass this devil deal chance at 97.5%. You think it's going to happen? Because I don't. I'm saying no. I'm saying that we fail at 97.5%. I'm just calling it now. This will be the call of the century. Right here. If it was anybody else that you're watching, you'd be like, yeah, come on, dude. But this is me. Victor Luck be like, okay. Fear of the Night is fine. You get flying here. Joker card. Honestly, I don't think the Joker card is going to be worth it. And I'll tell you why on the next floor. I don't believe that the Joker card is going to be worth it, mainly because we don't have enough damage to really protect what little HP we have after taking Spear of the Night. And remember, we do not have the Polaroid either, so it doesn't matter if we're down to a half red heart or no red hearts at all. We don't gain any benefit from the negative. It only gives us the negative effect. And so there's no... I mean, every HP counts that we have, obviously. Even more so because, again, our damage is pretty substandard. This is not a lamb-killing build, y'all. This ain't. I'm doing this because I've already told you all that I'm not going to be doing an extended lap today, just out of fear of losing the recording, which would definitely suck a whole lot. Tears up. Oh, you're going to explode. Use the star card to get out of there. Then we'll have to backtrack. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I guess a moon card's fine. We would have to go through all of Sheol just to get that 1 stars card, and I'm willing to part with it because that was a really good teleport for us. There you go. Instantaneously get Quince there. A bit of a phantom shot by... Well, not really phantom. It was hidden behind Stanley there with that last little fallen half. Good damage on the Abyssal Flies there. Really, really good. Definitely a much more subdued run than what we had last Sunday. But you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. You know, sometimes it's just how it be. Brimstone. I will take Brimstone because that does give us Leviathan. I don't think there's any reason for us to take Guppy. I mean, Sulfur maybe for the damage, but we also have the Soul of Azazel, so I'm gonna let it ride, and we'll just see where it goes. I will say that I have a Cult and Brimstone is kind of an annoying combo. But thankfully, the blue candle will allow us to fire in any direction that we want rather than just auto-firing in whatever direction it wants to. And we've gone to the wrong direction. It's a really excellent way to deal with the dark ones there, and something that I don't really talk about. If you can make your way in a full 360 around the dark one and just get away from the direction that they shot, it will not hit you, or that they shoot rather. It will not hit you. Those little fractal shots that happen after it hits the side of the wall. You know, keeping things at distance here with Brimstone, and then if they get close enough, we'll blast them with a blue candle. Now, of course, you can stop firing by just simply clicking control with on the keyboard. I don't know what it is on controller, but that will stop the automatic firing of Brimstone and Eye of the Occult. So we are going to take down Lamb, and yeah, I'm good with that. Again, a little bit of a shorter run. But hopefully you understand. I know that most people will, and some people won't, but you know, that's just how it goes. So thank you for watching, everyone. Really good Tainted Apollyon run. Nothing too special about it. We didn't even get really critical mass, but it was just a solid run overall. And I mean, the Abyssal Flies combined with Blue Candle, hey, that's a nice win. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for the support all last week and over the weekend and going into this week. I hope you had a great start to it. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Hunter and Dalton Bruce. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode or get your hands on one of those exclusive Sinvicta keychains, go check out the Patreon, which you can find down below, or by going to patreon.com/Sinvicta.